Hello and welcome to F1 Livery Histories, the channel where we take a look back at the different paint jobs, racing trims and sponsor decals adopted by respective Formula 1 teams throughout the eras. Today we'll be taking a look back at the fourth oldest constructor currently competing in Formula 1, a team which has underwent numerous transformations during a campaign which has now exceeded 25 consecutive seasons. Sauber. The team's founder, Peter Sauber, built his very first racing car in the year 1970, named the C1, after his wife, Christine. Sauber would even pilot his own sleekly proportioned vehicle to the Swiss Hill Climb Championship in the same year. Throughout the 1970s, the Sauber team would continue to produce sports cars for various racing series on an independent basis. Sauber Motorsport would first enter the Le Mans 24-hour race in 1977, and later Formula 2 in 1979. In 1981, Hans-Joachim Stuck and Nelson Piquet won the Nürburgring 1,000km race in a Sauber-built BMW M1. 1985 would see the commencement of Sauber's relationship with Mercedes-Benz in sports cars, a partnership which would eventually see Sauber installed as Mercedes' official works team. Sauber would claim victory at Le Mans in 1989 with the Mercedes-powered C9, piloted by Jochen Mass, Manuel Reuter and Stanley Dickens. Sauber Motorsport was also the leading point scorer in the 1989 and 1990 World Sports Car Championships. In early 1992, Sauber announced their preparations for an entry into Formula 1 and established their base of operations in Hinwil, Switzerland. So begins our retrospective on the liveries of the vastly colourful Sauber team. The team made its first foray into Formula 1 with the Leo Rest-designed C12 chassis, which came outfitted with an engine built by Ilmor in association with Sauber's longtime engine partner, Mercedes. This somewhat loose connection between Sauber and Mercedes was signified with a decal on the car's engine case, which read, "Concept by Mercedes-Benz." Tyres were provided to the team by Goodyear, whilst Elf was signed on as the team's official fuel supplier. The C12 came painted in jet black and featured white front and rear wings. The team distinguished each of its drivers with red and yellow mirrors, a system which had been employed by the team ever since their sports cars days. The car also bore a minimal amount of sponsorship, with names such as Lighthouse, Liqui Moly, Broker and Jupe being among the few seen on the car during season 1993. Sauber would make an immediate impression on the Formula 1 world, finishing in a respectable 7th position in the constructors' standings in their maiden Grand Prix series. The following year, Mercedes would increase their involvement with Sauber, as the team produced the C13, the first Formula 1 car to run with Mercedes-badged power since 1955. 1994 also oversaw Castrol becoming the team's fuel supplier, as well as Broker becoming the team's official title sponsor. Broker were joined by watchmakers Tissot, car care products brand Sonax, and real estate company Harvard. The car also featured numerous grey, white and red polka dots, which varied in size, scattered along the car. This combination of colours would become regarded as Sauber's official racing colour scheme, whilst simultaneously paying homage to the team's Swiss roots. Following the 1994 season, Sauber would lose the long-time patronage of Mercedes to McLaren, leaving the team to re-emerge in season 1995 with a new engine partner and title sponsor. In 1995, energy drink brand Red Bull began their enduring association with Formula 1 by becoming the new title sponsors of the Sauber team. The new C14 chassis came outfitted with factory Ford power and boasted a new navy blue livery devoted to their major partners. Red Bull was seen prominently in bold text upon the side pods, whilst the company's Charging Bull logo graced either side of the car's airbox. The C14 was also the first of a procession of Sauber cars to run with Petronas fuels, as the Malaysian state-owned oil company was seen on the rear wing. In 1996, Petronas' company colour of teal was added to the livery, which saw the side pods of the C15 devoted to Petronas, and integrated into the rest of the livery with a gradient effect. Red Bull's logo was now also seen upon the very tip of the car's nose, a design element which would become a staple for all Red Bull-sponsored Formula 1 cars for years to come. This was also the season Sauber first ran with red driver numbers. Season 1997 saw the team parting with Ford and entering a long-term partnership with Ferrari. The team received a supply of Ferrari engines, which were rebadged as Petronas power units. Sauber and Petronas would go on to fund Sauber Petronas Engineering, a company devoted to developing engines for the Sauber F1 team, as well as developing engines for superbikes and customer road vehicles. The C16 also ran with additional sponsorship from Silicon Graphics and Katia Solutions. The C17, produced for the 1998 season, ran with a livery featuring a much more contoured amalgamation of Petronas' teal with Red Bull's deep blue. The car's rear wing was also recoloured in Petronas' company colour, whilst a small Swiss flag was seen on the top of the monocoque. In 1999 the team switched to Bridgestone rubber with the introduction of the C18. The team had signed driver Pedro Diniz, who brought along with him sponsorship from Parmalat, which saw the rear wing of the car recoloured blue and devoted to the Italian consumables brand. Petronas' teal now took on a wave-like look, as Malaysia was also seen on the side pods in red text. This same design was employed for the C19, raced during the 2000 season, as Red Bull took over the car's rear wing and the driver's numbers appeared within Red Bull's logo on the car's nose. In 2001 the team produced the Sergio Rinland designed C20, which in the hands of Nick Heidfeld and Kimi Raikkonen secured Sauber 4th position in the Constructors' Championship. This result would prove to be Sauber's most successful season as an independent entry, thanks in some part to the car's twin keel suspension design. Credit Suisse had joined the team, which saw the car's wings committed to the Swiss financial services company, as well as the car's nose cone. Additional sponsorship came in the form of 21 INET and Temenos, whilst Sauber Petronas was seen in faint text on the side pods from above. In 2002, Red Bull began to decrease their involvement with Sauber, as Credit Suisse purchased a controlling share in the team. During the 2002 season, the team raced with the C21 chassis. Sauber joined the global campaign to increase HIV/AIDS awareness by devoting the side pods of the C21 to the Stop AIDS organisation for the United States Grand Prix. In 2003, the side pods of the C22 were repainted in yellow and occupied by Russian mobile network provider MTC GSM. The white portion of the car's nose cone now extended back further along the car, blending inauspiciously with Petronas' colours. The team's livery design and sponsor package remained unchanged for season 2004, as the team raced with the C23 chassis. However, 2004 would prove to be the final season of the Sauber-Red Bull connection, as the following year Red Bull would leave Peter Sauber's team with the launch of the Red Bull Racing Team. The team went on to produce the C24, which ran on Michelin tyres, and for the final time Ferrari power badged as Petronas. 2005 was truly the end of an era for Sauber, as following the 2005 season, German automakers BMW would purchase a controlling interest in the team. Following BMW's acquisition of a majority stake in the team, the first car produced by the new team was the BMW Sauber F106, which came painted in BMW's traditional racing colours of white, red and dark blue, and even featured twin blue decals on the car's nose cone, a feature synonymous with BMW-powered Formula 1 cars. Petronas remained as the team's fuel supplier and occupied their usual position on the car's side pods and rear wing, joined by Credit Suisse, which took on a position on the monocoque and the sides of the rear wing. BMW Sauber also garnered a band of new sponsors, including Intel, O2 and Dell. The following season the team produced the Jörg Zander designed F107, which ran with Bridgestone rubber and an unchanged team livery. 2007 would prove to be a successful season for the BMW Sauber lineup, which saw the team reach second position in the Constructors' Championship, thanks to its drivers Nick Heidfeld, Robert Kubica and a young Sebastian Vettel. In 2008, Kubica would secure the team its first Grand Prix win when he first crossed the line at the Canadian Grand Prix piloting the F108. Kubica's teammate Nick Heidfeld would follow him across the line to make it a 1-2 finish for the team. 2008 also saw German IT company T-Systems appearing in the car's engine case. The team retained its livery design heading into the 2009 season. However, 2009 would prove to be BMW's last in Formula 1, as the German auto manufacturer announced their exit from the sport, effective from the end of the season. Following their announcement, BMW intended to offload their holdings in the team to an investment group known as Quadback Investments Limited. However, these plans ultimately fell through, and eventually Peter Sauber bought back full control of his team from BMW. The team were granted a 14th entry into the 2010 season, which hinged on another existing team dropping out. Subsequently, following the exit of Toyota from the sport, Sauber were granted entry into the 2010 Formula 1 season by the FIA. In the aftermath of BMW, Sauber returned to the grid as an independent, rekindling their working relationship with Ferrari. The team produced the Ferrari-powered C27, which ran with Sauber's recognised colours of white, red and grey. Throughout the season, Sauber picked up a clutter of small sponsors, including Claro, Telmex and Burger King. The team also signed with Shell in the absence of Petronas. In 2011, the team raced with the Pirelli-shod C30 and additional sponsorship from NEC, Descensa, Telcel, AsiaJet, Mad Croc and the Mexican Tourism Office. The following season, the team opted for a change to its livery, with the team's traditional colours now coming together in a diagonal formation on the C31. 2012 also saw Sauber begin their partnership with Premier League club Chelsea, in a deal which saw the English football club's logo appearing on the car's engine case. Oerlikon were also seen on the car's airbox, whilst the team ran its own branding on the rear wing. In 2013, the team ran with an inverted colour scheme for the C32, which saw matte grey becoming the livery's backdrop shade. Red and white, the colours of the Swiss flag, were seen on the sides of the car. 2013 also saw Monisha Kaltenborn installed as Sauber team principal. Sauber would run with a mostly unaltered livery for the C33 throughout the 2014 season. The following year would see a livery overhaul for the team, as Banco do Brasil signed on as sponsors. The team reverted to a royal blue paint scheme for the C34, which made use of yellow and white on the car's side pods, a colour scheme chosen in deference to Banco do Brasil. Australian semiconductor company Celana was also signed aboard, appearing on the sides of the car's wings. At the 2015 United States Grand Prix, the team celebrated their 400th Grand Prix start. In 2016, Edox, IFS, CNBC and Malbona joined the list of Sauber team sponsors, appearing on the C34 chassis. This was, however, the final season in which Sauber would remain associated with Banco do Brasil, as for 2017 the team reverted to an updated livery for the C35, which employed a mixture of blue and white, accentuated by gold trim. 2017 was the season which marked 25 years in Formula 1 for the Hinwil outfit, a fact commemorated with a large hoarding which read across the car's engine case. Nonetheless, 2017 would also mark the end of an era for Sauber, as leading into the season the team's founder, Peter Sauber, sold his majority share in the team to Swiss investment firm Longbow Finance. In spite of their long-standing association with the top flight, it was by this time that Sauber's sponsor base had dwindled. Thankfully, the new and restructured Sauber team would reinvigorate themselves once again, thanks to a deal with Ferrari's sister marquee, Alfa Romeo. Upon the commencement of the 2018 season, Sauber unveiled their first Formula 1 car with Alfa Romeo backing, the all-new C37. The 2018 season marks the beginning of Sauber's multi-year technical and commercial partnership with Alfa Romeo, which sees the team racing officially as Alfa Romeo Sauber. Alfa Romeo's famous four-leaf clover now appears on the car's engine case, which is devoted to Alfa's unique shade of Rosso, along with Alfa branding on the rear wing. 2018 also sees Richard Mille, Carrera and former sponsors Claro joining the Sauber team. And so, as Sauber continue their unwavering assault on Formula 1 throughout 2018 and beyond, here ends our retrospective on the enterprising and multifaceted Sauber Formula 1 team.